I just went to Costco, filmed a shop with me. Hope you enjoyed it. They had a lot of new stuff. It was actually my favorite location of the 4 that I traveled to around in the Tampa Bay area. It was the Wesley Chapel location. I didn't go in with the intentions of doing a big grocery haul, but then as I was walking around, I realized, oh, we need some stuff. Also, we're hosting a birthday party this weekend, so I thought I'd grab a few things, even though now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I didn't really get any food for the party. I mean, I got like charcuterie board stuff, but not, you know, the platters. Obviously, I'll order those. And fruit. I usually put a lot of fruit out. So I like to get those super fresh, like day of. But anyway, without further ado. Forgive me, I didn't paint my nails for this haul. But this is the haul as a whole, as you can see, kind of lacking on the produce side. I like how last week we started at the part that I typically end at, so I'll do that again. And then also, I got your feedback, I appreciate it, so I will be adding prices or making an attempt to do it every video. I always attempt to, sometimes I just get in a rush and totally forget. So these are some of my favorites. Of course, we're hosting a party, so I figured I would stock up on some drinks that we don't typically have on hand. I say that, but I always like to have our outside fridge fully stocked because we often have a lot of people over. But what I'm getting at is my kids don't drink these every day, okay? So I got some Honest Kids juice. The best price around town is at Costco. And this is the, how many are in here? See, it doesn't even say on the package here, but it does say that there's half the amount of sugar as normal fruit juices, so take from that whatever you will. I'm gonna guess there's like 32 in here. So I got 2 packages because we're completely wiped. On the same vein, for the drinks, I also grabbed some LaCroix. This was on sale, so it was nice. We don't typically get this brand because Alex really doesn't do well with the added, whatever that's called. What do they add to it? Oh, the natural flavors. You know what I mean? I typically like to do Spindrift, but this was on sale, so I got that. And then they also had some flavors that I thought would be great for the season. They've got ras, cranberry, berry, and also some tangerine down there. So I thought that was really nice. There's 24 cans in here, 20 ounces each. And then I got some macaroons. I told you we're having a little party, and I always like to put a treat out, obviously. So we've got some macaroons. Hey, you know what would also go good with the macaroons? Well, let me show you what I finally got, and I've been waiting for a situation. Let me get these out of the way here. To get this, and I almost didn't get it, and I'm so stinking glad that I did, because I almost didn't, and then I was like, what other opportunity am I gonna get to buy this? Obviously, the holidays, but I don't know if they're going to have this all season long. You know what I mean? They love to switch things out. Costco loves to switch out all the bakery stuff and all that good stuff. So I struck while the iron was hot, and that's called scarcity marketing, okay? And that's why they're so good at what they do. I better buy it now because I don't know if they're ever gonna come back with it. You know what I mean? Limited edition, etc., etc. So anyway, I got this. It is from the bakery, the Variety Dessert Bars. And I was like, I think everyone's gonna love these unless they're allergic to pecans and or coconut and or chocolate and or, I don't really know what those are. Ooh, it looks like s'mores. Ooh, I could actually cry for a s'more right now. These were also new, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it up. I'll put it out on a platter. These are mango rasmale. I'm saying that incorrectly. Rasmale. Yep, that's how my English brain puts it together. It's probably pronounced differently, but these are delicious indulgence for mango lovers. I have a house full of them. And I actually still don't know what this is. Is there rice in here? Is it mango? I checked the back. It's like mostly sugar and milk. It's like, that's what it's made out of. It was in the cheese aisle. So it was kind of confusing to me, but I was like, you know what? We've got some mango lovers, and I feel like they're gonna really like that. So I snatched it up. This was also new. This is some quesadilla bites. You guys know how much I love a good quesadilla, okay? Also, chicken and cheese, yes, for the kids. I just thought this would be a good after-school snack. They're new, so if you can see like how they look down there, but also they're gluten-free. Can you see? And then 32, you get 32 count in there. And I just thought, you know what? Let's do it up right. If we're gonna do a party, you gotta do it up right. All right, behind that, we've got some everything Frank's in a blanket. I shared these with you, I feel like, in the last grocery haul. These are a favorite. If you ever make them from home, add the everything but the bagel seasoning. The lighting on this end, see, it's not as great as the other end. Actually, we just got this replaced, like whatever, it's been broken for probably 2 years. And I was like, I don't ever use it, we don't need it. But we had a repair guy come to fix our ice machine. We've had several, and like no one can fix it. I'm like, I refuse to buy a new one. Anyway, Frank's in a blanket. What was I talking about? Oh, the lighting. If you make these, it's just puff pastry with like the mini little Franks, but throw some everything but the bagel seasoning on top, and it just completely elevates it. Everyone really likes these, unless you're not a fan of like the seasoning and the crunch and the texture and seeds and all that good stuff. So if you are, I really think you're gonna love that. Haven't met a single soul who doesn't, except for my picky eater, so I guess I have. All right, moving on, I got these. I'm gonna put these on a charcuterie board. You know what I like to do with them? When I ask you a question and say, hey, you know what I like to do with them? You say, tell me, Kim. So you know what I like to do with these? Tell me, Kim. I like to put them in the microwave. And I warm them up for like 10, 15 seconds, and then I dip them in hummus. Oh my gosh. It just completely elevates it. You know what I mean? It's like a warm pita bread. These are just mini non-dippers, and I guess that's what it is, non-bread. Non-bread is superior, okay? So that's what I do. I'm also gonna put these out on a charcuterie board where I'll have a couple of other dips. I'm not sure why, I can't really speak. I got some Kerrygold. You guys know I've been making bread once a week. I actually didn't last week, don't tell anyone, okay? I'm trying to stay on top of it. It turns out it's impossible and I can't stay on top of everything. Try as I may, but I will hopefully be making it this week, and I'm really excited about it. So I like, whenever I make bread, sourdough bread, by the way, have to specify, right? Because everyone must know it is sourdough. Anyway, when I make it, this is the superior butter that everyone really enjoys. So I like to just put some of this out on a dish and, you know, spread it over some butter. It's no big deal. And whenever I'm baking or whatever, this is much too good for children. So I use the normal sticks of butter. We get the Kirkland for baking and the Kerrygold for just eating, I suppose. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. If we're doing bagels or something like that, but mostly bread because I don't really do bagels. Okay, I guess I can make some sourdough bagels, but will I? We know the answer is no. Moving on, I got these, and I almost didn't. I bought one box one time. A friend gave me a couple, and she's like, you gotta try these. And I was like, okay, I bet. And they are protein bars, by the way. You get 14 bars in here. It's the Built bars. Each one is 17 grams of protein. That seems insane, doesn't it? Yeah, because it is insane. And you know what I like to do with these? Tell me, that's Kim. When you say, what, Kim, tell us. I forgot what I told you to say. I put them in the fridge. And by that's what I do, I mean that's what I'm going to do, because that's what Jessica Braun told me to do. And when Jessica Braun wears army pants and flip-flops, I wear army pants and flip-flops. Do you feel me? So I'm giving these another chance. Not to say that they weren't good, because, oh, sorry, straight from the pantry, they're fantastic. They're very decadent. I eat them more of as a dessert. And let's be real, like I eat dessert for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Can you see my pile of dishes in the sink? Just whatever. I live here and that is my life. And I try to stay on top of everything, but it's, you know. Oh my gosh, and then all of that. Just shield thine eyes. Okay, let's focus on the Built bars over here. So, Built bars, lots of protein, very chocolatey. The flavors are coconut, tastes like a Mounds bar. Okay, Almond Joy, but without the almonds on the inside. And then the other one is brownie batter. Ooh, you know I love a good brownie. So of course, I snagged another box after, I think I was watching an old vlog from Jessica Braun, and she shared about putting them in the, or maybe it was recent. I don't even know. Doesn't matter. She puts them in the refrigerator and she's like, if you haven't done that, try it and thank me later. And I was like, bet, girl. So that's what I'm gonna do with those. Really pumped about it. And then I got some Once Upon a Farm pouches. My kids like these. I like these. And by I like them, I mean I don't eat them, but my kids eat them. And I like that they eat them because it's like good ingredients, all fresh. Like these get if you have the Yuka app, I've talked about the Yuka app a couple of times. I don't personally have it. Alex has it. He scans everything in the house, and it's really made us more aware of, like, you know, obviously I don't eat healthy. Like, look, that's my favorite thing. Brownies are a staple in my diet. But, you know, I gotta make healthier choices. It's all about balance and stuff. But anyway, these score a 100. Yeah, if you know anything about pantry staples or food that you're eating, like, hardly anything gets rated a 100. You know what I mean? So that speaks volumes about this company. I have had sponsorships with them in the past on my main channel. And I truly, like, when they reach out, I was like, heck to the yeah, I'll sing it. I would love to. That was such an honor to work with them. I love them so much. And truly, they are a brand that we have always stocked in our fridge slash pantry. Sometimes I get their like bars. Ever since Wolfgang started eating at 6 months old, he was so tiny. He threw up almost everything. It was honestly like a little traumatic. Like, I don't even really like talking about it. He was super duper teeny tiny. He was born 90th percentile. We had a lot of issues. He, like, I'm not exaggerating, went down to 17th percentile. Like, it was so stressful. It was so stressful to the point that I couldn't even talk about it. So I don't think many people even know about it, other than the fact of me bringing it up every once in a while. But anyway, this is something he would eat, and it would I would be amazed. I'd be like, oh my gosh, he's eating something. Anyway, all the good stuff in here. That's what I like about Once Upon a Farm. Okay, I'm going too far. Hey, speaking of healthy stuff, I stinking love these. If you've never had these from Costco, they are the almond pastries. They sell these with different fillings like apple or cherry, rhubarb, I don't even know what. Nothing is as good as the almond ones, in my opinion. Get 2 for $12. And again, I'm putting out a couple of treat bar boards, a couple dessert boards, and I thought these would be a good addition. I just quarter them. Like, listen, if I'm eating one for breakfast, I take a whole one. Well, really, I half it. I eat half, and then I'm like, ooh, I gotta go back for the other half, I guess. But when I'm serving them, I cut them in quarters, and that seems to be plenty. So I grabbed 2 of those. They're fantastic. What was that noise? I also grabbed some light bulbs. We have several lights out in the house, and we have like these kinds of lights, recessed lighting, I don't even know. They are fun to change. They're supposed to last, Alex looked it up, for like 25 years or something, the light bulbs. And we're like, the house hasn't even been here for 25 years. So I don't even know what. But anyway, since we've moved in, we've had to change out so many light bulbs. I assume the previous owners never had to, simply based off of the fact that we've had to change so many. But anyway, what's cool about these is because Alex recently got some from Amazon, short story long, and they were this color, like the yellow color. And I was like, oh my gosh, absolutely not. I can't live in that. Okay, what is that called? Bedrooms and living rooms? No, not for me. Soft white, bright white. That's not a bright white. That's a yellow light. They should rename these, okay? Even cool white, I'm like, that's not good enough, okay? We need daylight and cool daylight. And that's what I like to have in my life. And these, the cool thing about these, the ones off Amazon were this color, but these have a dimmable switch. Not dimmable, but like you can change the color however you want. You just flip it up and down, and it's absolutely fantastic. So that's what we're gonna do. And I got 2 packs of these because they were a good price for this amount. I was like, heck to the yeah. I also got some spinach artichoke dip. You know what I like to do with this? Tell me, Kim. I like to bathe in it, and it is my absolute favorite spinach artichoke dip. I've made it myself. I have got it from several other grocery stores, several other brands. I don't know what it is about this brand, but I'm gonna tell you what, whatever they put in it, I'm eating it because it is so good. So whenever I have a reason to buy it, whether we're having a get together or a birthday party, what have you, I'm getting it, okay? That's one thing you should know about me. Hey, listen, the holidays are coming up, and that means hot cocoa for us, hot cocoa season, even though it's still 90 degrees out here, probably until January. I'm hoping for a cold front. The air feels a little crisp today. How does it feel by you? I'm hoping you're getting a little crispiness in there. But these, I like to put out on hot cocoa boards, any kind of treat boards. This is always a winner unless you are, in fact, allergic to hazelnut, which one of my children is. Can you imagine being allergic to hazelnut? Literally the worst thing in life, right? No Nutella for you. It's sad. It's real sad. She did get to taste it when she was little, and they say like exposure therapy, you know, that's why you're supposed to feed little ones now eggs and peanuts. They say they're less likely to develop an allergy. No, I still fed her. I fed her hazelnuts and Nutella when she was super young. Didn't matter. Still allergic. She's not allergic to peanuts though. Weird, right? She is allergic to a lot of other things. But anyway, I got some, which is so bizarre because she's our first child. So obviously we were like the perfect parents, if you will. Like she did not eat a French fry until she was 5 years old. Like she ate fruits and vegetables, like, you know what I mean? Like the whole 9 yards. I went through it, and still allergies, you know? Sometimes you just, you can't do anything about it. Hey, I also got some vanilla bean yogurt. What allergies do you have, by the way? Because one of my other kids just got diagnosed with dust mites allergies. not to be dramatic, but it's pretty much ruining my life. Like having to dust as much. I've never dusted this much in my entire life, which is probably the problem. Like, I'm so sorry, kid, you have the wrong mom. Like, I wish I was better for you. You know what I mean? Anyway, it just seems like it's such a bizarre allergy to have. Anyway, vanilla bean yogurt. My kids really like this. It's Greek yogurt and tastes really good, blah, blah, blah. I also got some hard-boiled eggs. I'm probably going, have you seen the hard-boiled eggs that when you decorate them, they look like pumpkins? Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. So I'm probably gonna make some hard-boiled eggs. Not that I'm gonna make them cute like that. When I say hard-boiled eggs, I mean deviled eggs. I think you catch my drift. But I'll maybe throw those out. I'm on the fence. If I don't do that, then I'll just have hard-boiled eggs in my fridge because it's a good little snack, right? Full of protein. I also got some cheese balls. I like to put these on charcuterie boards as well, mostly because it's cheese. And you know what Costco has, but they didn't have it today, is the like bin where it's marinating in seasonings and oil. Oh my gosh, that is the absolute best, okay? When they have that, get that, and they almost always have it around the holidays, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled, okay? Hey, speaking of putting out a charcuterie board, I do have meats in my fridge, but I also got some cheese. This is seriously sharp. Wait, Gouda is in here. I am actually fuming. I put the other one back because I was like, no one ever eats the Gouda. I thought this was cheddar. I'm actually upset about this. Whatever, seriously sharp Gouda, pepper jack cheese. Ugh, whatever. I also got boursin cheese. At least I know people will eat the boursin because it's so delicious. Garlic and herb really is fantastic. And if you're looking for a quick, easy meal idea, throw boursin on top of raw chicken, throw it in the oven. That's it. That's all you have to do. Smear the cheese all over the top, throw it in the oven. You don't have to add anything. It gives a ton of flavor, keeps it delicious. It's cheap. I mean, it's so good and so simple. I also grabbed some cream cheese. I'm trying to move the box. You guys, I shared the other day that I needed cream cheese for a recipe. I actually don't know if I shared the recipe with you. I don't know. But one block was nearly $4. I was like, welcome to 2025. I seriously can't even. Hey, speaking of the sad amount of fruits and vegetables that I got from the grocery store, I grabbed 2 pineapples, a 1 and a 2. And I have to tell you something real quick. I had pineapple last night. Someone brought over like pre-cut pineapple and watermelon. Literally, I don't think I've eaten anything. I don't think I've loved anything more in my entire life than I have loved that pineapple and watermelon. I don't know what it was, but it was so stinking good. I'm going to cut this up, and I don't think it's going to be nearly as good, but Publix does have some really good fruit. I also grabbed some strawberries. I plan on making chocolate-covered strawberries for, the party and stuff, and then also some bananas, and I will do a party thing on my main channel, so you'll get to see me set it all up and see what I make and all that good stuff. And then I got some egg bites. They're the Starbucks brand they're bringing back to Costco, so I thought that was pretty cool. And instead of bacon, they have Italian sausage, so I feel like these are going to taste supreme. I also got this. Isn't this so cool? This was in the garage section. Cordless auto-dispensing glue gun. Yeah, that's a glue gun. It also comes with glue sticks. It's not supposed to be hot. It's supposed to be like non-drip. Basically, the Louis Vuitton of glue guns. Okay, so I jumped on that as soon as I saw it. And then I also got some cucumbers here. You guys know I like to juice, but more than that, the kids really love to snack on these. So I got 2 of these. I haven't juiced in probably a week, and it is ruining my life, not to be dramatic or anything. I also got some chicken. Chicken thighs are our favorite, and we've been eating a lot of chicken, okay? Chicken every day and every night. All day and all night, something's gotta give now. One Direction, anyone? Man, I miss the good old days. Really wasn't even that long ago. Anyway, that is everything that I got from Costco. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to, stick around, subscribe, put a little happy in your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.